wants to get true answers. He wants to be searching after the truth of the situation, of his situation. Then Krishna will direct him towards the Guru. It is said in the Vedas that by the mercy of Krishna one gets the Guru, and then by the mercy of the Guru one gets Krishna. So it is absolutely essential in the beginning of one's spiritual life to find the bona fide Guru and hear from him. And then serve his instructions. And eventually, by becoming convinced, by hearing one becomes convinced, he becomes dedicated. He decides that the purpose of my life, as he has heard from Srila Prabhupada, he decides that the purpose of his life, he or she, as the case may be, decides that the purpose of my life is to go back to home, back to Godhead. And I can accomplish that by serving my spiritual master, hearing and remembering and repeating the words of my spiritual master. So that spiritual master is Srila Prabhupada. He came from the oblivion of India in 1965 to the shores of the United States of America and began his Hare Krishna movement in the Western countries. 12 short years for Prabhupada established the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. So many different centers, temples, farms, restaurants, life members, all over the world. And his movement is going on. Since his disappearance, of course, there's been what's the problem?
He was picking his feet on his nose.
Okay, everyone's all right now. Unfortunately, in the Hare Krishna movement, there's been a lot of problems since Prabhupada's physical disappearance. First thing that happened was the close disciples of Srila Prabhupada, although he never gave any instructions for them to become spiritual master after his disappearance, although he never gave any specific instructions that you perform initiations and you take disciples of your own after my disappearance, nevertheless they did that starting in 1978. Gradually it became obvious that these became obvious when they fell down from this station. I think 8 or 9 of them within then the ISKCON GBC decided that they would make the numbers increased from 11, became 20, then 30, 40, now today is something like close to 85. Where they would vote. Someone would put up his name on the list, and after a waiting period, if he had no fall downs, anyone could put up his name for consideration, and then they would vote. And if there was no objection, then they were approved. Up till today, gurus that have been approved in ISKCON, half of them have fallen down by breaking the regulatory principle. Meantime, it was discovered Prabhupada had left actually a letter written on July 9th, 1977, whereby he set up a process where devotees could be initiated by him after his disappearance. This is clear because in one conversation, they asked Prabhupada, so what will we do after your disappearance? And the answer, I will appoint some Ritviks. So it was very clear, it's meant for after. Not that the Ritviks would initiate until Prabhupada left the planet, and then the business of Ritviks would be finished. This is May 28, 1977, a room conversation. The GBC came to Prabhupada and they asked him, Prabhupada, we asked some questions. How will initiations be conducted after your disappearance? After you leave us? So, therefore I will appoint some Ritviks. And then a few days later he appointed 11. And they misinterpreted that these 11 would then become gurus, just like Prabhupada had done after Prabhupada left. They misinterpreted that then. And even the most prominent of the 11 gurus, Tamal Krishna Goswami, he himself in 1980, it's on tape, it's recorded, it's very clear. He says there, myself and the other 11 gurus have done the greatest disservice to this movement. We have misinterpreted the appointment of Ritviks as the appointment of full gurus. Actually, they were never intended to do this. They were supposed to initiate devotees on Prabhupada's behalf, and they would remain Prabhupada's disciples. Tamal Krishna Maharaj admitted this in 1980. And there are several other letters. This July 9th letter was sent out all over the world to all the temple presidents, all the GBCs, and there were several other letters. One letter sent to Hansaduta Maharaj, to Vasudev Prabhu here in Suva, where this Ritvik system of initiations is explained.